Welcome to my endless series on soloing based on the E blues scale. We've been doing this for a while. Hopefully you're getting good at stuff like that. Which can be a little bit meandering just on one chord. So I've been introducing the idea of moving from E to A. And just to make it more spicy, let's do E7, A7. I'm pretty excited about this. So E7 is just an E where you drop in a D note, add a D note. Pinky on the second string, third fret, is a handy way to do it. And you can always do that hammer on. So you can decorate a chord to make it sound like a phrase. Everybody got that? E7? Sometimes that's a big stretch. Now if we go to A7, you can do quite a few different ways of fingering. Here's an A, like with the pointer finger and the ring finger on the G. First string, third fret. That's what makes it a 7. So the 7s are kind of rude and have kind of a biting quality a little bit. They cut through the air. All right, so if I bring in my drum machine, we could do and that could keep going for a long time. Again, it's a pretty generic groove, pretty much the most fundamental thing. I have these visions of a guy that's got a guitar and he wants to start a band and his friend plays drums. They get together in their garage and they play and they realize maybe they don't know anything, but at least they can play a chord and strum, and the drummer can maybe hold a basic beat together. So I like to assume some of us are beginners, or maybe just going back and maybe shoring up our basic skills about grooving. I have a lot of people stuck in this sort of beginner ramping up, which is fine. Ramping up your skills over time. This thinking like this might just tighten up everything. So I'm kind of got this slightly funky idea. I'm kind of hitting the bass note. Hear that bass? Boom, boom, dak, doo, doo, da. The bass note is the big string. So it's kind of percussive. I'm kind of playing a funk rhythm. And obviously I'm changing it up. I'm real loose. I'm not overly tight with it. Even though it's has kind of a crisp sound, I am changing it up as I go from each little group of 4 beats. The A chord, the bass note's going to be the A string or 2 strings, 2 or 3. You can kind of just bang on that bass side of the chord. And on top of this, we're going to decorate. I have an idea for some hot licks, but maybe we'll cut it off here. Let me just play a little bit. I'm going to take the tempo from 120 down to 105. It kind of reminds me of the Purple Haze. Boom, boom, dak, doom, doom, dab. So obviously we can expand on this to other chords and other things, but let's keep it simple. E7 to A7. If you want to squeeze in one more idea, you could do these for E7, A7. So that's a C-shaped chord. You know C, right? C, D, E, 7. Add pinky, 3rd string, 7th fret, becomes a E7. E7. That's a good one to know. And your A7, keep ring finger in place. Watch. Ring finger stays on the 7th fret of the 5th string. That's a good exercise and a good way to test yourself. How are you doing with your chords? If this is like a major problem, then you probably need to go back to some basic chords, and that might be a good time to talk about my chord book. 46 pages of hand-drawn chords. $20. I'll send it to you. Email me. Thank you. hooverguitar@yahoo.com. So, it has a lot of exercises in the book to help you get used to finding these chords and just changing from one to the other. So the A7 is like a 5, 7, 5, 6, 8, 5. Let's slow it down just a little bit. Let's go to 93. So yes, once you learn this bass line, you can add licks on top of it, which I'm not going to do right now. But if I have people knowing this, you guys could all get together and jam. We could have a big party, just play these two chords for like 15 minutes, and everybody take turns soloing, or we all solo at once. It'd be wild. And we'd have to have a good, loud, steady drummer to hold it together, because I'm sure somebody was going to be speeding up or somebody's going to be slowing down. Somebody might even make a mistake, which is great. Once you make a mistake, then you learn, maybe avoid that note, or maybe go back and hit it again and make it extra weird. All right, I'm going to my art club today. I've got my lesson with my teacher today. So, we got snow here in Iowa, so that's been fun. Lots of good times with the snow. All right, stay good and keep practicing. I was going to say the C word, but I ain't saying it no more. Bye.